Hi, welcome to COMM 337, Strategic Communication, Theory and Research. As you know, COMM 337 is a hybrid course. We will meet in person on Wednesdays at 12:20 in room 212. So what I've decided to do is to create this short video tutorial to help orient you to the course and really outline and give you a heads up on what you need to do to be successful in this class. So one of the best places for you to start and to get the key pieces of information that you'll need, especially in the early part of the semester, is over here on the left table tab. One of the options there is called Begin Here. So we're going to click on that. And what it does is provide a series of links to some of the resources available to you, including announcements. As you know, that's how I will be communicating with you. It's also where I provide feedback on our assignments, in particular the discussion assignments. So every week I give, a kind of capture what students did well, what they need to work on. So that's a great way of me being able to give you that kind of individual feedback. It's also a place where if there's a change to our schedule or a change to a deadline, that's how I'm going to communicate it to you. And as you know from the syllabus, you are required to check Blackboard daily, so definitely check in with the announcements. In terms of learner support, this provides you with a link to a BSU resource that gives a lot of information related to the library, the Academic Achievement Center, the Academic Integrity Policy, and very importantly, disability resources. So if that's something that relates to you, there's a lot of great resources there, and I would encourage you to check that out. It also has, in this under Begin Here, the syllabus, our textbook, just a one-page deadline dates document, which I think is helpful to a lot of students, and also the rubric related to our discussions. So definitely have that to hand as you go through the process of creating your assignments, the discussion assignments. And finally, you'll see here a link to the groups. And after the first week of this semester, you will be working in groups. And just for example, here you'll see that there are 6 class groups in this class, and if you click on any one of them, you'll see who's in any particular group, and there are some tools related to ways where you can communicate with your group, send email. There's a group wiki function, a way you can kind of create group tasks, etc. So I would definitely encourage you to have a look at that and figure out who's in your group and communicate with them early in the semester. So that's the Begin Here tab. In terms of other resources available to you, I would say that for the most part, we're going to reserve face-to-face time for one-on-one or peer-to-peer or group activities that are related directly to the readings and the discussion assignments. All of the information related to what we're doing on a weekly basis is also available via Blackboard, and if you just click on this link here called Course Content. In particular, there are 3 key units. There's the unit related to theory, the unit related to research, and the final unit, which is production. And that's where you kind of pull everything together. So if I click on Unit 1, you'll see that it's broken down into a series of weeks. Week 1, I think, week 1 through 5. And if we click through to week 1, for example, you can see that the assignments are outlined, the chapter that you have to read from is provided, a link to the discussion, and again another place for you to kind of find out what group you're in, and giving you that opportunity to liaise or to interact with one another. In terms of the web part of this course, students will be engaging with one another and the instructor pretty much through these discussion boards, and the discussion boards will typically be available on Monday mornings at 6:30 a.m. and close on Thursday evenings at 11:30 p.m. So pretty much you decide when you're going to access and submit your assignments within that time frame. As long as they are uploaded by 11:30, I'm open to, you have to kind of do what you have to do and manage other classes and work, etc. The weekly schedule, again, I showed you the link to that, and I just click back here, you'll see that on a week-by-week basis you can figure out what our learning objectives are, and again within each week we will be dealing with different topics. So all of the information you need is outlined there. Definitely, if you haven't already bought the textbook, that will be critical to your success in this class, because you cannot participate in our in-class assignments, and it's very difficult to succeed at the written and the in-class pieces if you don't have the textbook. So I've provided you a link to an online textbook seller, but obviously you can figure out what way is the easiest and cheapest for you. Another key to your success in this class will be kind of managing your time and your workload. I have entered the due dates for all assignments in the Blackboard calendar, both in the syllabus and again in that link under begin here. So that's a great place for you to at a glance see what the deadlines are for this class. So that's available under begin here, and as you can see, deadline dates, quick look at assignment deadline dates. I would definitely advise you to put all of these dates on your personal calendar and set alerts so that you don't forget when the assignments are due. I would also encourage students to review the weekly module information very early in the week, preferably Monday, so that you have time to coordinate with other students or me if necessary, and be prepared to participate in both our in-class discussions on Wednesdays and complete those discussion assignments that are typically due on Wednesday before 11:30 p.m. If I were to give you a sense of how much time is involved, I would recommend that you allocate about 5 hours a week on this course. This gives you ample time to review the materials, complete the activities, work in your groups, and also prepare for both the face-to-face elements of the course and that web component that sometimes you'll be doing individually. Finally, I'm going to give you a brief word about other key pieces of this course that are central to your success, and they really do relate to that, you know, your attendance and what to do in a situation where you have missed an assignment or your assignment is late. The syllabus clearly articulates my course policies, and exceptions are really only made when accompanied by an appropriate university or doctor's letter in a timely manner. You know, remember, this is a hybrid class, so you also do have to have basic computer skills. You're required to use your BSU email and have regular access to computer and internet service. You have to have a backup plan if your computer or web apps access does fail. Are you going to go on campus and use the labs on campus? Will you use a friend's Wi-Fi or their computer? Do you have, maybe you're going to have to make a trip to a local library or community college? You really do need to have a couple of backup places. If that is an issue or problem, then perhaps you shouldn't take this course. This isn't the right fit for you, because if your internet fails, it really will severely hinder your ability to succeed in this class. So I think that I've covered everything. Again, if you have any questions that have not been covered in this syllabus or in these web tutorials, please feel free to reach out to me. My information is provided here under Instructor Contact. I just click on that for you, and as you can see, my office location, my email, office hours, telephone number are all provided there, so don't ever hesitate to reach out.